Haile Selassie, Jah Rastafari. We give thanks, for life and the mighty life giver and keeper of our life, Cause the Marvel Haile Selassie first and the Honorable Empress Meninai. Jah Rastafari. I am. Greetings, it is I, Jah Sparks, the light in the dark, the ancient man from Ikebulan, stepping at the place to remove disgrace, and we not come here so we trace. Yes, today's topic, is the crucifixion of Christ, Yeah, man, cause one day me and I son Tafari was reasoning, about the same crucifixion of Christ and the story in the Bible. And I was showing him that we can't really look at it in a literal way. We have to look at it in an allegorical way, trying to find a message within the message. You see it? Because if you look at it in a literal way, it come like sin business, because Mary married to Joseph and, then God comes, send his spirit, his angel to come overshadow Mary and, then Mary become pregnant and conceive, and then them go to David and go to Joseph and tell Joseph, say, him not fi put her away, him fi hold her still and, stay married to her and them thing there, and in this nowadays age, them kind of thing that's some serious folly, so today him come forward to I and was showing I that, Daddy, God can born out of sin. So when him say that, I say, no, man. And I so, that's not what the story is saying. We can't look at it in a physical way. We have to look at it in an allegorical way, because every day them crucify Christ. Every day we as beings crucify Christ daily. This is not a story about 2,000 years ago, Even though people talk about the Bible, and this and that, It's about your good intentions, your good thoughts, your good words, and your good deeds. You see it? Every day we are given the opportunity to do good, think good, speak good, be good. And more time, we put those things off and do the wrong, do the negative, treat someone bad. Instead of saying the good word, we say the bad word. Instead of making someone feel welcome, we make them feel like them not welcome. You know what I'm saying? So every day, man crucifies good within him for bad. You see it? And this is the crucifixion of Christ. You see it? Every day, they rest his words. You see it? So, it's how a man perceive things, because perception is where it's at, How you perceive things, my Lord and Empress, Because you see, we there in Africa, and we don't chant repatriation is a must, Because it's the Rastaman song from ever since, from the beginning. You see it? And when Rastaman come forth, me see over Facebook, the whole of them there, with whole heap of questions about Rasta and the Bible and His Majesty and paying His Majesty as Christ and all these kinds of nonsense. You see it? We know for a fact that man is both spiritual and physical. You see it? So, physical now move without the spiritual now move without the physical. If the Rastafari movement start as a revolutionary movement, fighting against down oppression, you know what I'm saying, white oppression, you know what I'm saying, because it wasn't no black man oppressing no one in those times, you see it? It was the white man with his oppression. And we have fight against that too. We come and we see Haile Selassie as king of Ethiopia, a black man, king of kings with a triple crown. No, man. Yeah, man. That there we God. You know what I'm saying? And by the sight of him, we see that we have to stand up and fight for our rights. You see it? Because we learn of the Battle of Adwa when Italy went into Ethiopia the first time to try conquer it, and King Menelik the first destroy them. You see it? So from we seeing those things now, we come and we realize, say, yo, man have to stand up and fight for our rights. You see it? So the liberty that we see in His Majesty, that we embraced in His Majesty, was to help free us out of captivity, free us out of the slavish mentality. You see it? And they can't come now and say, because of that now, we can't now come and put a spiritual essence to it. Because it was also spiritually driven. Because man's spirit is free. And anytime you put a man in bondage, physical bondage, his spirit feel bond. When his spirit's supposed to be free. You see it? So there is a spiritual attribute to this thing. You see it? I was listening to Mutabaruka and Ija Star, and there was reasoning about, Africa and the repatriation and thing. And Mutabaruka was saying that the reason why him not come over here is because when him travel places and him travel to different places in Africa, him see that the repatriates them a struggle. And some of them in worse situations than there was in the West. So he not think it wise for him to make the move and be like them or end up in the same situation. You see it? Understandable. He even spoke about the Rastafari movement as it started as a revolutionary movement with a spiritual nucleus. Now a spiritual nucleus is a spiritual center, You see it? So if the Rastafari movement is a revolutionary movement with a spiritual center, it had to start from spirit. It had to start from God. You see it? So we cannot separate the movement of Rastafari into two, like how Babylon is doing. They separate state and church. We cannot do that. You see it? We have to know that our essence, our substance, our source is with us all the way in our revolutionary fight, this physical fight. And is no way separate, but united. You see it? So we need to stop the questions that is tearing us apart and keeping us bickering one with each other and start to bring about the solutions of how we can bring this thing to really what it is. Africa for the Africans, those at home and those abroad. Repatriation is a must. Man, they say even by 7 miles a Black Star Liner or even by Zion train, anywhere it go. You know what I'm saying? A man see them a walk on water. If I saw it, I fi go, right? Yeah, man, I saw the judgment set. A serious thing, Seriousness, We have to be wise, and open our eyes. Come 2014, 2015, 2016. You remember they come out with the challenge about burning the Bible and burning them white picture. Yeah, the burning of the white picture was nice. But the burning of the Bible, it was a tool that they used, They was doing a thing, That even today now, that you see how the people them a fight down the Bible, fight down this, fight down that. And they themselves won't even sit down and hold a meditation with that same book. You know what I say? Remember Nat Turner, the revolt of Nat Turner, the rebellion, Is read Nat Turner, read the Bible and see that no, these people them have we in bondage and is not supposed to be treating us this way. And rise up the people and rebel and start kill off the slave master them. Don't take the Bible as something simple. Don't let Vatican fool you. Remember, there was an interview with His Majesty on the Bible and on Christianity. And the interviewer tell His Majesty, oh, We know that Christianity came to Ethiopia in the 4th century, which in turn His Majesty turned to them and said, oh, if anyone read the Bible, they will know when Christianity came to Ethiopia. Because the story in the Bible talk of Christianity coming to Ethiopia in the 1st century, right after the crucifixion of Christ, as they say. Yes, right? So we know that Christianity was in Ethiopia and in Africa way before it was in Europe. These things we have to keep in mind. Yes, right? Then in the scripture now, it I tell you about the children of God, right? And the children of God was scattered from Egypt, or taken away from Egypt and sent off into the Exodus, and they went to the land of promise. And when they get to the people them was serving strange God, and their God told them to, destroy all the people them and set up camp there, which in turn them never destroy the people them, but they learn their ways, and they start to sacrifice their sons and their daughters to idols. It's right, the idols of Canaan, to devils. It's right? Which in turn God say, okay, no, we're going to scatter your people again and send them abroad in ships to be slaves. It's right? Because of their disobedience. I, man, just Sparks coming here to Africa will tell you, among these people that I am living right now, there are many gods. They have many gods in their shrines, my brothers and sisters. And a lot of these gods are gods that are invoked with blood. Ma say? And under secret is the blood of virgin children. Yes, right? A lot of them. Yes, right? So check the levels. Read the Bible and know. A lot of them are talk about pouring libation and all these something. It is not of the children of God. Oh, you go pour alcohol. Alcohol, you pour to call spirit. Spirit are dead. I'm saying we say might not be dead but still living. But alcohol, man say, I mean, some of them pour water and thing, yeah. Man say. But we can't watch them and them libation and all these things, We was taken from among them and brought to the West and put through slavery so that we can come and see and know. And we awake in Rastafari and know the order of Rastafari. And them want fight we on the order of Rastafari. Fire! You see it? Yeah, man. So I say go remember, Rastafari is the light of the world. We are the one who is coming with the truth. We are the Christ. We are the ones them who do not neglect to do good, neglect to think good, neglect to speak good. We live good. We are good. We be good. We are of the light. We are children of the light. We are the children of God, the Rasta man and the Rasta woman. Yeah. I remember, Haile Selassie, Jehovah God, Jah, Rastafari is God, Whether they want to say we are try simulate it with the scripture and the Bible and all these kind of things. However you want to put it, because even out of the Bible it show you. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have to go to the Bible to legitimate His Majesty's divinity. Look in 1930 when him come crown. Aside before that, the works that he was doing, within the country. And then him come crown. And then the West attack him. In the attack, he flee and take refuge in a country in the West amongst them. Yes, right? And he leave on May 5th, 1936. And everyone think all was lost. You see it? And the white world thought victory was at hand. And 5 years to the day, May 5th, 1941, here comes His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie I with the French army, and not the commander of the French army leading the French army into Ethiopia, you know. His Imperial Majesty lead the enemy's army into Ethiopia to regain control from his enemies, the Italians. Tell me on a God that. I would do them. Who the President Kennedy talk of as being the greatest revolutionary ever come? Who come unite the states of Africa and create the OAU? Is that? And the African states them start to gain their independence because of His Imperial Majesty. A lot of them want put the credit on Kwame Nkrumah, but all glory to Kwame Nkrumah. But it was His Majesty who did it. You see it. So we must keep in mind His Majesty saying, Him glory in the scripture, you know. And I saying, and all who bear His name as Rastafari should know. You see it? To show respect when the king speak. Show respect, man, when His Majesty speak and say that the Bible is the rallying point of all humanity. Is our man look at it, you know? Yeah, man. Because I am I shepherd, I shall not want. I make it I to lie down in green pastures. I lead it I beside still waters. I restore it I soul. I lead it I in the paths of righteousness for I name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. For I am with I. I rod and I staff, they comfort I. I prepare a table before I in the presence of our enemies. I anoint I head with oil, I cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow I all the days of my life. And I shall dwell in the house of I am forever. Don't make them fool you, my people. Glory to the Most High that dwelleth within. And stop crucifying Christ every day. Crucifying the good in you to please the wicked out of you. You see it? Yeah, man, so with that, you know, repatriation is a must. Africa is a must. 4 wings. Yeah. Calling my brothers and sisters home. Come home. Come join I. And let us embrace the fullness together. Unity is strength to one and all. And one Haile Selassie first. Jehovah God. Jah Rastafari. I am. You know, see it? I am the only existence. See it? Rastafari. Majesty, I love my people, love and more love.